kind of go through just to clarify some stuff, and then we'll get into the site plan. Some revisions to the elevations.
You should probably, that's yourself.
Oh, okay, sorry. I am David Klein, owner of property at 397 Durham Road, Madison.
You want the site plan first or the,
The pictures, I think, there are some street view pictures that just show trees pretty much, so that they want to give you an idea of just how visible this is from the street, and there might be a little bit of a misunderstanding there. But
pictures of a street view?
yeah, looking not out to the street, but from the street back to the property.
Like photos or the elevation?
Photos. Photos.
How come I'm not seeing those? When were they up?
Okay.
Oh, here they are. Got them. Got them. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna open them all up and then I'll.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so this is looking up. If you're like right on Route 79, you're looking up the driveway. That's the existing and so I have other photos that show to the sides, there's like, it's pretty densely screened with existing foliage. But here you can see it, as far as tree removal, yeah, some of these smaller trees will come out. And probably there's an oak in here that probably will have to go. But all these other trees to this side remain, and most of the trees between here and back toward the street will remain too. And you'll see we changed the site plan a little bit when I show you that. I think it was a pretty good suggestion on the part of zoning that I move the parking closer to the building. And that allowed me actually to save a few trees out here, preserve some screening, because they don't seem to like, parking that's closer to the street. So I think it should work out well. So yeah, I mean, the new building's gonna be quite a bit bigger than this. So if you're looking up the driveway, you're gonna see it. But you'll see if you're driving by, you're pretty much gonna have to be driving and look right like that to, get a really good view. If we could get another one.
David, is that where that existing drive is that gonna be really the new drive entrance?
Sorry.
More or less, that
Yeah,
road right there.
Yeah, this road is gonna remain.
Okay.
That's the road we're gonna use.
Okay, so that's gonna stay there.
Yeah, we're not changing.
So the new house goes right wherever the red house is.
Yeah, it's gonna shift a little bit to the south, but it'll cover part of the footprint of the existing house and, it's a bigger. So maybe if we get the next street. Second, zero. Okay, so you have that driveway, so if you go just south of that driveway, there's a pond. Just on the others, to literally like 15 feet from the edge of that driveway, this pond starts. So looking across that pond, if you're standing roughly on Route 79, this is what you see. So you have a number of trees, most of these screening trees that you see will stay. And so there's the existing house. For here, you can barely see it. It is going to shift a little bit. But you've got a big evergreen right here, that will stay. It's going to be on the back side of that. So, it'll still be fairly screened. It will be much taller, so you might see a little bit of it through the trees because it's going to be, the peak of this existing house might be all of 14 feet. This new one is close to 30, so that is a big difference, but, just so you have an idea there. And then there was one more.
Photo?
Pardon?
There was one more photo?
Yeah, one more photo from the street like that, just. you know.
There is.
Okay, so this is up the edge of Route 79. If you, my building on 79 with Amato's in, Simon Shop and everything. If you go to the north side of the parking lot and you stand at the edge of the street and you look up toward that house, that's what you see. And so, you know, if you're driving up 79 at that point, that building is not going to be visible. You've got quite a bit of evergreen foliage, deciduous stuff. I mean, maybe in the winter time, it'll peek through and things thin out a little bit. And again, it will be quite a bit taller. It's a bigger building. So it might peek through, but you know, you're kind of going to have to make an effort to see it. So, you know,
Well, good. Can you go to the site plan on it?
yeah. So now we'll look at the site plan. You have the latest one there, dated. Yeah, okay, here we go. So,
I'm gonna make this bigger. Hold on a second.
yeah. Great. Focusing, yeah, perfect. Yeah, so zoning, like the idea of moving parking up closer to the building, which has its advantages, and I'm very happy with that idea. So we move the parking up. We put 3 spaces here, 2 here, and this is what I had on the earlier plan. John, you had the suggestion of like a grill, a pad for the grill, so I moved that over here. First they were a little bit over here. I thought it'd be better a little further from the building.
Yep.
Because when you have grill smoke, then people have open windows and things, you don't want all that going in. So, and then this was supposed to be a dumpster enclosure. So that was really the only changes, is kind of moving the parking. We put some bollards here for some lighting around the parking. And otherwise we'll just have some lighting on the building itself, some down lights on the soffit.
What are you gonna surround the trash with? Boy,
It would just be you know, one of those white cedar fence, slat fences, vertical.
gates are gonna leave the area that gets picked up open.
Maybe I'll probably leave it open so the tenants can access it, you know, so they can throw their trash in there.
You're not really gonna see the dumpster from the road. Because the gate's gonna be towards the parking area, and that's gonna really be obscured through the plants, correct? What I mean by that, like, you're not gonna see the open end of the dumpster enclosure from 79.
I think it'll be kind of hard to
Yeah.
see, because you've got 79 here. If you're looking up that driveway to get a good view, you know, there's a curve here.
Okay.
To get a good view over there. I mean, I'm gonna have to leave it open on this side, because that's the only way for the truck to get in there and back up and get out. You know, it can't come this way to access it, or that way. So, I mean, I'll have to probably, you know, I could put a gate there that people could open and close, but you know, they'll probably leave it open anyway. You know,
With the trash things, I figured out that it's a lot easier to position where there aren't gates. Because the gates get bamboozled by the trash bins.
yeah,
And then you gotta replace them.
right.
Well, no one wants to do that. So if you really concentrate on the 3 other sides, if the element can be in the parking lot where no one's gonna really see the open end, I don't think it's gonna be seen here, except for people pulling in the cars.
Right. You know, the tenants will be aware that it's there, or visitors, but I don't think it'll be visible from the street. And yeah, just for pragmatically. Sides, if I need to. So that's the changes that I've made.
Can you remind us of the elevation? Is that possible?
The elevation of the foundation. Yeah, it's at, I think it's 90. The slab elevation.
No, you don't have a pic.
Some of the architectural building.
You have the art.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah,
Yes.
well, we'll get to that, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So that, okay, so now if you, you want to show, I think, the latest elevated, it should be marked as facade, I think.
You have this,
The last one in the list of attachments
let's see, this is it.
for. Oh, well, we could do that. I mean, so this one's a, a little bit of color in there, but so. I stuck with my design for the siding because when I went to zoning, they seemed to like it and I kind of like it. The changes I did make is, we made a gable out of the portico roof, which I think is improvement and added some divided, lights to the windows. So that makes it a little bit
What color?
conventional.
What color are you planning with?
Well, this is like an ice marble. They're Benjamin Moore colors. It's a light gray with a hint of green in it.
It doesn't,
That's kind of thing come up so
it
well.
doesn't translate the same way, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't. I think I may have had a splotch sample.
I looked it up online
And I
because I
attached.
couldn't, yeah,
I think I attached it.
let me see.
But that'd be way back though, early in the list of attachments.
Oh, yeah, I looked it up online.
Okay, but I think I attached like, they have these better,
There was a Benjamin Moore and it's called Ice Marble.
yeah,
Yeah, and it's like a gray green.
right. Look light.
And the roof?
Yeah, I mean, that'll be something from between black and gray. I hadn't really thought about the color.
I think gray
Yes.
or whether it's whole picture, everyone uses the same.
Yeah. Sure. Lighter colors is sometimes good because they,
But it's, I don't think it wants to be a light color gray. It doesn't want to be like a frosty gray. It's darker. Because you have a light colored side,
It wants to be a little
but
contrast.
it's not black. Black is usually,
right. Yeah, I wouldn't do plain black.
yeah.
I think. Okay, and then, yeah, so this is right side, yeah, so this is the side you'd see from the street. If you're driving by and you're looking up that driveway, you'll see some of that. That's what it would look. So now you've got the gable portico, which, and the divided lights. And also I attached some better pictures of the siding on that house that I showed you as a sample, some close-ups of the treatment of those strips. So Maria, maybe if you can find, I think those are toward the bottom there too, or just before these elevations, I'm not sure. It might be a little bit before those. And maybe
Do you
after,
know the date that you upload them? I see some from June 16th.
maybe. Yeah, they'd be, photos,
So,
I should have, I try and label things, so it should be labeled for what it is, and he's like.
So it
siding.
says photo existing home with siding,
Yeah, try that.
siding up close with vertical strip.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, let's try that.
Why is it not? What is this? Yes, no, this. No, this is this.
Yeah, that's fine. But that just gives you a little better picture. You can see the strips. It's all fiber cement with, then those are strips of fiber cement just covering the seams every 4 feet, so it just gives it a,
And the color of the window frames?
I'll probably do something, in a green as well. No contrast of green, similar to what I did the doors with.
So that's the hardy batten. So is it like a little bit off center of that lower expanse of siding on the bottom, on the first floor? I just can't see that well from now.
There is a closer,
Okay, there is a,
Zoom into that picture on.
yeah, there's another picture that has a real close-up of that little bat.
I mean, that'll look pretty monolithic, which I think will look better than seeing shadows off the back. What you think?
I think it's fine.
Yeah, so this is a close-up of that
It'll look
spread.
pretty monolithic.
Oh, I see.
That's it. I mean,
It's a pretty flat.
It's the same as it, just rip strips out of that, put it on, it's 3/8 of an inch. That's all, 3/8 inch thick, siding's 3/8 inch. And then if you need to paint it or wash it, very easy to paint and wash, because it's just an expanse and doesn't.
It's gonna be.
You know, what I mean, butt ends or spray paint.
Yeah, that roof color obviously is really important too because of the banding all the way around. That's the part you gotta look at. The roof color, you ought to choose that,
Okay.
you know, put some siding up with the color and then throw a few shingles on that little shed roof you've got going around the building
Okay,
and make sure you're good with it, because that's important.
all right, yeah,
You know, I think you may find yourself veering for a roof color that blends a little bit better with the siding. Yes. Doesn't need to be, it doesn't want to be starkly different color.
right.
Anything else?
I think that's it.
What do you think of that, Peter? Do you think what I said about that shed roof thing? Color wise?
I'm the bigger picture. Back when I was here before, the applicant would bring in shade
Yeah, right.
and the colors.
Yes.
So this is so like we're gonna approve this, but we had no idea.
I know, yeah, he has a
So
paint,
is that how?
he has a paint color called on the drawing. We don't have it in front to see what it looks like.
No, people bring stuff in.
People
So
do,
Why,
yeah.
why isn't David Brand stuff?
I don't know.
Why is they bring stuff?
Maybe I should have, I'm sorry, for kind of,
Well,
and I did think of it once, and then I'm just busy with
You
other
go to the
things.
lumberyard and pick up a sample board of shingles too.
Yeah,
That's what people do.
I mean, it's hard to, I mean, I would like to release you from this,
Yes. Yes.
but I don't see how I can.
Yeah.
well, I think I can figure it out as I go. I'm trying to make it look
That's
this
fine.
is here, but wait a minute.
This is the Benjamin, yeah, this is the Benjamin Moore ice
That
marker.
visible from the road.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
There's,
matter.
that's the color of the thing.
That's what we're doing,
Yeah.
so.
Okay,
So that we can make, so that we can just give our advice to you.
Because they're,
Is there any way, let me just ask you a question, is there any way you can get us, go to the side of it, on the shingle,
Pardon?
go to the side of the shingle? Yeah, they'll give you a sample of the shingle,
Yeah, well, that's,
get a sample of that color, that paint,
you know, I can bring a piece of fiber cement that's painted with that color.
and give us the window color, I think everyone here wants to see the color of the trim of the window. Are those the three elements we really like to see? Yeah. You give us that,
Color of the doors.
see now that, and Peter's absolutely right, everyone that comes in here usually has a material that shows us what the unit is gonna look like. They might have a couple different options on the shingle, they might have a couple different options in the building, we look at around, like, hey,
Well, see, I mean, okay. I admit, you know, I'm a novice here. I wish you guys had said that, you know, on day one.
should be on the, should be on the.
It's on the-
Should be on the-
It's on the town website,
It's in the zoning reg.
yes, it is.
It tells you exactly what you gotta bring for
Yeah.
information to this.
Okay.
And so, and many people fall short. But I think because of the type of design that you have, I think that these material selections are pretty important. That's all, you know.
Yeah.
Partly, you know, I mean, they're important anyway, but I mean. We just don't have any, we don't have any specific.
we're not saying, I'm not speaking for everyone. I think we kind of like the decision, the colors, and some of the colors you have, but I think we'd like to see it all together here. And once it's all together here, then it's on the record. That's what you really want to do. And if you want to change something in that record, you have to come back to us, kind of ask. So like, I'm kind of agreeing with Peter. And however we want.
As much as we'd like to let you go.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to bring us back some kind of.
You gotta just bring us some pieces so that we can look at them, okay.
Yeah,
I'm here for you.
in the shingles, it's easy to do the siding, then the windows. I don't know, yeah, I gotta think about that then, exactly how I wanna handle that, but.
Well, if you could
It's
get
not-
somebody to give you an example, a picture of a window that is exactly what you're going to use, that would be sufficient. You have to actually bring in the window.
Right, I understand, right, well, I just bring, maybe I
But it would have to be
paint
the,
a
the
stripe
same.
with that color on the board with the siding color or something.
Well, the supplier might be able to give you a sample of the picture of how that window was used elsewhere.
Right,
And you'll show us that picture of that building.
There's color swatches.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah, they'll give you
Right.
that.
Yeah, it brings that along.
Yeah, you're right, that too.
yeah,
I'm sorry, I was late, I missed the window, what is it?
We didn't talk.
We don't know.
We just asked them.
Full divided lights, cottage style divided lights on the top.
Can we see the drawing?
Please hold.
Like, it looks like simulating a transom. Looks better with them, but.
I think it's better with those than without.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yep.
So, yeah, I noticed that. That doesn't trouble me. I think that,
that made the gable look, so, yeah. Makes it clearer. Better definition.
What is, that's on cottage side, what is that called?
2/1.
That's
I'm not aware of
I was gonna say
it.
that.
There's no name for that.
It's something we started doing back in the late eighties though, remember?
Arts and crafts.
I mean, it's a part of our. Yeah.
Well,
Unrelated question, do you need the third column in the middle? How far is it? It's only 12 feet span.
No, that's 20 feet.
I'm sorry.
Column in the middle. It's 20 feet wide then?
Yeah, that's 20 feet, you know, in order to get all three of the doors in there. Space.
I just worry getting a little closer.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy.
Was there a reason, any?
But the architect, Craig, the architect put that in there, you know, it's absolutely necessary, maybe. I'm sure there's a way to put a steel beam or something to deal with
I
it.
mean, I don't think it.
Yeah,
Is there a reason, any practical reason or some reason that you had specifically to put in solid doors and not to mirror the windows in some manner to carry that theme across, texture across?
oh. You know, that too, just, yeah, I think
Because
it's,
if you change the color of the doors, which I think is a good idea, of some color.
Right.
Complementary to the building. It might look a whole lot better. Some detail of those windows could be carried. What do you think? Instead of just solid panels.
Well, yeah.
you know, adding glass.
So it-
is expensive too, but. You know,
Not really,
Probably.
you know, it gives you some light stare, too, particularly those two middle doors that don't have any windows that stare. I don't know what the plan is. Are there four, there's two staircases, 4 units, 2 down, 2 up.
Yeah, just,
There's 2 inner units have the stair, or
yeah, the two inner doors and
2 inner units don't have the stairs going on.
Yeah,
Yeah, it gives you a little light.
yeah,
But it's also, when you have all these gang row residences right next to each other, there's some privacy concern there too, for the first floor units. And that was for the other units, it's like everything was here.
right.
So,
Well, maybe there's, if it isn't glass, maybe there's some sort of pattern on the floor itself. Would,
Yeah, well, if it's just,
or
some-
that it gives some
if it's
sort
just
of
a few
relationship
light,
to the rest of the facade.
or if you have some lights high up, it's
Yeah.
not a totally glass door, it might, the privacy they have.
Right. That's possible.
Anyway, look at that.
Improve.
yeah, I think so. I mean, I kind of like the ice blue color, that mossy green, whatever you want to call it. I mean, the way it presents now, and I saw the photo that flashed a minute ago of that, whatever it was. I mean, I think that's kind of interesting color for the site, because I remember the site, I visited there many years ago. It's a bunch of pine trees.
There's pines,
The
there's,
background.
oak,
Backdrop of the thing
there's
is,
oaks, there's all kinds of stuff growing in
so I don't know, it's sort of,
Yeah,
that color for the building, I think is probably a good direction.
Yeah.
Personally.
and gray sort of blends into the landscape a little more, it's not.
Well, it's raised, and some days it'll look gray, some days it'll look green, right? you know, sun.
I know,
Yeah, absolutely, the sunlight.
I know you don't like black windows, Matt, but
Yeah,
what about,
yeah, those are popular.
what about doing like a brown door? I mean, that's not, but some, you know what I'm saying, like a natural
door, I think.
a natural door, natural pillars,
But I still think you would need to add
color around the
just
windows.
glass or
Yes.
something to
Yes.
carry that. feel.
Yes, I'm just, I know,
It's got the glass up.
Yeah, I think like this is like the, it's just, you know,
Yeah.
a couple lights high up,
Mm.
like you said, in the mirror.
Yeah, I think that's what Ron's saying. That always is nice, 'cause it does give you a little light. You're tall if you get out.
It would lighten
Right.
up the facade.
And that would give you, right, lighten up the doors and wouldn't be a privacy issue.
It warms it up, you know, if you're gonna use a natural material.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that.
And I think,
I just didn't want you to get hung up on black windows. Because you don't like black,
Yeah.
well,
or it's done, it's been done,
when it's black and white,
yeah,
that stark contrast, I find.
yeah.
Almost every time. It's not successful.
I think your windows, you have a couple options. That's why we probably like to see it. Is it in the green family that matches something in the siding? Or is it in a gray family that matches
Right.
something in the roof? And that's why I think we'd like to see those samples.
Like the color of the doors would make a
Yeah.
big difference also.
Yeah, well, I might try and do.
So
the
find something
doors
that's
in something
complementary.
bright.
Or if it's
You know,
wood, that's another.
That's why I picked that three, something kind of brighter, you know, a little.
But it should be complementary.
Coral like, but, you know, and maybe the windows in something a little bit darker, just so they're not as garish, but if you've got.
That's why we like to see those combinations or choice.
All right,
You know,
Anything else? You get a motion for one of you two?
I don't know that we have a motion. Do we have a motion to?
Well, we can make a motion to continue to the next month.
Yeah.
We see the material.
Well, I'll make a motion to continue this discussion when David presents us with color combinations of building and materials, shingle materials. Well, that's what it is, right? Shingle materials and color.
On
Yeah,
and the
materials.
Yeah, four items would be windows,
window trim,
windows, color, windows, air.
Oh, the color of the building.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Also,
I
color
think-
combination.
Siding color, roofing and the door.
well, the siding color we've got, so it's,
White roof, but a sample thereof.
oh, okay, okay, yeah,
Roof.
roofing, doors and
Building
window.
and and sample of whatever material you can get,
Right,
like the shingles.
Any further discussion? Okay, have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye. Okay,
Second.
looking better.
okay.
Still don't like the side.
If it reads from that distance, if it just reads small, I think I think it.
Again.
You know, without, you just don't want to pick up, because there'll be oddities. Windows, they're gonna miss stuff.
Can't see it.
Then that's what you need.
Dark.
This was exposed.
Mhm.
Well, this was exposed to the street.
you want, give me a phone tomorrow, or I'll call you tomorrow about the changes in the site plan as it pertains to wetlands,
Oh, okay,
because we moved some stuff, yeah, so, we just wanna, yeah.
you really have to make a big deal,
I don't think so. I don't think so. If you're, I've got some suggestions, so
okay.
yes.
The, just between the new parking spaces are not really, there's no, they're in the ones that are on the north side of the parking lot are gonna be near a spot that's gonna be fully
Yes,
disturbed during
absolutely.
construction, so
And,
it's not
and so will,
changing.
so will the other two, because there was a stockpile area there.
Yeah,
So-
the other three,
Yeah.
yeah.
But we'll talk
And
about
there's
it
nothing-
tomorrow.
That is an open
Yeah.
space right now too. There's
Right.
no foliage removal, there's nothing.
Yeah, we'll go over it
So
tomorrow.
we, and there's silt fencing between that anyway on, so I think it's, you know, we can watch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So you want me to give you a call?
Yeah, give me a call tomorrow.
Okay, can I,
What is tomorrow? Tomorrow's Wednesday, yeah.
all right, I'll try, it may not, it may be Friday.
Okay, all right.
Oh,
All right, thanks.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, take care.
Do we have a motion on the minutes? Last month?
Yeah, something that's good.
So,
All in favor?
I,
Aye. Marks, Commissioner Chair, I have no remarks.
it's a big chance. I've got a question, and this is probably a P and Z question more than it is our question, but I'll raise it anyway. You know, the various lots that have been approved, I mean, buildings that have been approved for lots and then they've been abandoned because the project didn't go through, and now we have these eyesores all over the place. That one here with
Yeah.
the fence around it, and the one next to our building, which is
Yeah.
next to the salon, you know, the
Yeah.
empty lot. And there's another one somewhere too that I forgot about.
Boston Post Road, 1339, 1341 Boston Post Road,
Hmm.
near the bagel, near Collins?
Yes, that's the one. How does we guard against that? You know, you get to a certain point, everything is wonderful, we approve it, we go through all the motions, not that the
We've
is the problem.
Right,
It's the
the development falls
What's the
through
result?
or whatever.
That they bail or it falls apart and then
We're actually, Aaron and I have actually discussed that. And we're contemplating if or could or should we put something. And then when we get our regulation rewrite, because as you've noticed, the regulations have been reorganized. So we're at that part, about, I don't want to say prematurely clearing, but
Yeah.
prematurely clearing,
Right,
until, there's a permit in place.
yeah, certain
established.
permits at certain.
No,
different
however,
stages.
with the one on Elizabeth's, there was an actual building permit.
There was,
There was a building permit approved,
That's right.
construction had started, a septic system had been installed. And then they left the project. So so you can't it's a hard call, sometimes, yes, we're still waiting on state approval, sometimes it's the client fell through, sometimes it's, now we don't want to do this job anymore, we can't afford to,
I
whatever.
understand it, but the
So-
whole building, that may be a complicated factor, but they
Yeah.
did tear the building down and then they started and then for some reason, which I don't know, they left the project.
Yeah,
I don't know that you can do much.
so you can't, the most we can do,
Because you can't really control what somebody does with their land when they're not. So that somebody prepares to make a hard permanent.
Mhm.
You really can't control what they do with them. We need that. I remember this problem going back right after I got out of college. Late eighties. And online, there was supermarkets.
Mhm.
Whoever the developer was, clear cut, small woods, that entire city. And then the thing, and then everything crashed, the late eighties, right? Here was, oh. Input. I'm not sure that zoning reaches far enough. Zoning law, it's just hard.
that was the
to be able to
conversation.
actually-
Be able to
That's
actually
the
influence
people that you
that.
can't cut the trees down.
yeah, that's the conversation
that's-
we kind of were having, I
think that's-
don't know if we have the authority to do so. We prefer it, but some of them, yes, had approvals with boards and commissions, and some of them have gone
Because
all the way to
ultimately the
building
town
permits
suffers.
and.
Yeah, I think that the thing with the.
You know, it's not just the client, maybe he got bankrupt and he suffers, or she suffers
Right.
also, it's possible.
Yeah.
But the town does suffer, there's an
Well,
impact.
yes, because then they become blight issues.
It would be nice, it would be nice if, so the fencing that's on the,
So.
it's a really good question, the fencing that's on the new road property,
Yeah,
that's a temporary construction fence, right?
yes,
So shouldn't that expire?
I have reached out to them several times and at the point where I probably will have to write a letter.
Yes.
Because they keep saying they'll discuss it and they keep saying, well, it's listed but it's a construction fence, so it shouldn't,
It
it's.
should be, there.
And at this point, it's vegetated again, so it's not that.
I understand, but it's been what? 2 years.
No, but I'm saying that the fact that it's vegetated, the fence coming down will not be, it's a big dirt bowl. Affecting,
Well, will it come down?
Well, it's just-
I'm gonna have to write a letter.
What I was saying to Maria is it's a temporary fencing.
Yeah,
Sure, comes.
Construction, right.
yeah, it should.
I can.
Yeah, we've talked.
We're Friday.
Maria said she's probably got to write them a letter.
I've tried phone calls and emails, and They're like, well, you know, they're not really amenable to it, but you know, we may have to get.
Good question.
No, it's not, and it's not, you're not the only one that it irks, because like I said, then it becomes a site control for my department when they're tracking, or there's dust, or there's mud, or there's blight, because now you've got weeds growing, and it's,
Yeah, but from a legal point of view, or rather, or something or other, that
don't know,
because somebody,
yeah,
because just because it's their land and it is so visible, I mean, if it was in the woods somewhere, that would be one thing. But it impacts the town.
Right.
It impacts the economy of the town, it impacts
I
the
almost
visibility,
thought about
et cetera, et
that.
cetera, et cetera. It's not just somebody's land.
I almost thought about asking, something we can do, it's like, you know, partners for working kind of thing, you know, is there something we can, some kind of, especially downtown, I mean, you know, it's,
I mean, yeah, and I think you could debate whether that building condition was in would be better than having a lot.
right.
That's
Not
It
sure.
was a lot
not
big
sure
building,
it's first.
right,
That building was
terrible.
really bad.
It was really bad, I understand.
You know, that, in my opinion, that particular instance, that cheapened the look of our community a lot more than the empty lot.
Yeah.
You know,
You mean Elizabeth?
Elizabeth,
yeah, it was.
So the only thing you could do, or at least I think,
Right.
is that if they're gonna stop the process, but they took the building down and they had a building permit, you have to have in your regulations that they have to leave the lot like this, meaning they got, no, they just left it as a demolition
Oh,
lot. They didn't spread any topsoil, they didn't
Right.
see anything, they gotta turn it.
we should improve the lot a little bit.
Absolutely.
right,
Yeah,
I
that's-
believe there was supposed to be a tree that was
That
supposed
has
to
to be.
yeah, but you do that, would that only happen in the downtown development district, or
Could happen,
what
well-
about next to
Like,
Bagel
when
Place?
you take the fence down on a new road, I mean, can't they
The
just?
bagel place was stupid, the guy never should have taken anything down, because
That's
they didn't have any, we all told him that.
Well, but then,
He didn't-
then there's a
he didn't listen.
situation of vetting these developers. And then the town is really at fault for not vetting the developers properly to make sure that they would develop properly. In the town.
Yeah.
And it's not your fault, I'm not excusing anything.
I don't think you can do
Probably.
it, yeah.
We've got 6 guys that are invested in this big, well,
We went up to
they're all ready to go. Cleared a lot, and they're ready to start building homes.
Chip.
Four guys. Stuff.
That's right. Yeah,
But
but,
you don't have enough money. Trees are down.
but is
The
that what
lot's not
happened?
there.
Is that what happened?
Yes.
Are you ready to call your meeting, John?
What?
Actually, it's
What?
from thought related to this. Great more regulation.
Yeah, right.
I know that I have a project in Guilford in addition to an office building, and the town required a cash bond. Is that something that you can do, cash bond to just, or not a cash bond, but maybe just a bond?
To do
When
what?
Somebody pulls a permit to do the septic system and site work. Could you make it a requirement that part of the bond cost to just restore the site to whatever?
Yes.
If they don't follow through.
We can,
That might be in
we've
there.
gone up front for erosion and for
Yeah.
ENS, and we
Yeah.
can bond at the end for site work.
That's actually what,
Yes.
that's actually what this other one was for. It was
That's not
for
bad.
soil and erosion control.
Yeah.
Bond. And if you can make it part of your bond, then it's gotta be, you know, it can't be left in a raw gravel pit
Right.
state.
For,
You know,
well, I think you gotta, I think you have,
maybe that would address what you're saying.
but I think you have to.
That would address,
I think,
and how, so,
well, I was gonna say you have to probably give it a certain period of time.
Right, of course.
Like, if
but you would also have to
If you-
decide how much, because look at the one at the bagel place, they tear that thing down, that's a big piece of property.
Right,
You don't
yeah.
want to restore that, or at least
And
bring
now
that
dirt
so
now,
that
it's all
it looks,
covered in grass.
you'd have to decide how much that would be in order to put that bond.
And I think the bonds are probably required by law to be limited to a value of what it would cost for the town to come in and
And
what
do
needs
it.
to be done.
Do it themselves.
Right.
Well, these are all.
I think that would be a
yeah.
great
I
idea.
mean, I don't know if it can be done for that type of level, but I mean, for soil erosion, it's
Yeah.
done all the time.
Yep.
You know, because because that could be.
Well, the town can do it if it wants to.
I think there is limitations.
I suppose a lawyer-
Limitations on what you can bond
Yeah,
for,
but-
yeah, but we can talk about it, with, you know, when Aaron and some of these bigger
It
projects
does the
that come
town
through.
harm, it actually does the town, I mean, the
No.
counter argument is that it does. the
Yeah,
town.
no, I,
No,
and I agree, because like I said, then they become blighted issues and I have to
They
deal
are.
with it on a blight end, so,
I haven't even looked, I didn't even notice the damn Collins thing. Just stupid, I don't know why.
Okay. Are you ready to?
Already.
One more question, I'm sorry to be a pain in
Yes.
the neck. The other question I have,
Yeah.
which you can answer very quickly, is the corner opposite me on Scotland and Route 1 with the chain link fence
Oh,
around
yeah.
the old gas station. Do you know what's happening with that?
Yeah.
It's coming down, right?
Yeah.
It's, no, I'm
Are
sorry.
we gonna see
I
something?
don't know, but this is not something for ACTA, so can we call the meeting?
You're probably gonna see.
All right, let's adjourn the meeting and then I'm gonna ask you a second question.
Get
Well,
your,
I know.
You're not listening.
John,
Yeah, okay.
Maria's out of line.
Yeah. Yeah, can I make a motion to adjourn?
Please.
Okay,
thank you.
all second? Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Somebody just asked me about that yesterday. I said, I don't know. I said, but I'm gonna see the person tomorrow night. I might tell. Is there a demolition application on that thing? I've seen nothing posted
Oh,
for the gas station.
Yeah.
There's no demolition. Cause I know, there's nothing posted.
Why this webinar's open up 14 places. Okay.
They sold